Like, you show your one thing for everything. Yes, yes. No. I'm not going to go to work. Okay, don't write those questions.
Can Sabrina question? No. So let's get it. I give you this example. Can recognize, is it an ionic compound? How do you tell? I mean, yeah, singing. It is. Yeah, that's a formula. That's a formula. But how do you know it's a formula unit? Okay, that's one way to look at it. The other way, if you go back to basics, you remember ionic compound means I have matter and non-matter. So confirm it's an ionic compound. But I think more tricky is, what are the ions? What are the ions? Or this guy is made up of good and good. Okay, that is the difficult part. Yeah, right. But let me pose a further question. So this is an ionic compound. It has ionic bond. Next question. Is it a salt or a base? Good. It's a base because a base contains oxide or hydroxide. I mean, you may not have come across this idea yet, but it will come very soon. So you may as well get used to it. Here, on the other hand, if I have something like this, okay, I throw you this formula here. Now, same thing. Make sure you recognize it's an ionic compound. I have a matter, I have a non-matter. So, okay, I'm not going to write that down. Instead, I'm going to ask you, since it's an ionic compound, what is the cation and what is the anion? Good. Good. Thinking, how do you know it's 3 plus and not 2 plus? Okay, yeah, because I have 3 of this chloride, so 3 times -1 will give me -3, which balances the +3 here. Can Sabrina can follow on? So next question, is this a base or salt? Yep. Once you see a chloride, 100% is a salt. Oh, I forgot one thing. You need to know the name. For this one, it's quite straightforward. Zinc oxide. Please don't call it zinc oxygen. It's zinc oxide. Now, this one is also quite straightforward. Make sure you recognize iron. You notice the metal name is always in front. Zinc chloride. But there's one important thing about iron. Sabrina, just I don't know whether you copy this. Iron can be 2 plus or 3 plus. Okay, so therefore, in this case, it's 3 plus, and therefore, I need to include something else in the name. I need to include this Roman numerals 3. So it's called iron 3 chloride. Here, yep.
That's right.
Yeah. So take note, the 3 corresponds to the 3 plus. You're going to see this 100%. But just to expand on what Sabrina mentioned, so if I have iron 2, let's say this. I want the name. I want the ions. I want you to decide whether this is a base or salt. Hey, come. Singing, what's the name? Yes, but yeah, as I said, try not to forget the 2. So make sure, obviously, spelling must be correct. Iron 2 hydroxide. What are the ions singing? OH. Okay, good. Base or salt? Look carefully. Yes, take note, this is a base because it's a hydroxide. Okay, any questions? No? Okay, as I was telling Singing right at the beginning, because the 2 are not here today, so therefore I'm thinking of doing some revision on chapter 1 that was even before you came in. All right, so do a quick run through. Any questions to ask? Okay, so I will pause this and resume next week. But any questions about chapter 1? Or if you even remember what is chapter 1? Yeah, measurement methods, gases, and separation techniques. Any questions about separation techniques? No. Okay, not yet anyway. But I'll ask you the more confusing part, let's say gases. All right. And okay, before that, liquid. I'll start with liquid. Remember, there's a few ways to measure the volume of the liquid. Come, Sabrina, give me one. So which one? Thicker. Okay. Okay. Oh, we all learn volumetric flask as well. Okay, fine. Volumetric flask. Sorry. Pipette. Okay. You read. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sabrina, which one is most accurate? You read. What's the range? Well, there are 2 kinds according to your syllabus. One is up to 25 cm3. The other kind, the larger one, is up to 50. So keep those numbers in mind. Now, can you remember the precision? How many decimal point? 2. Oh, your school mentioned 2. Fine.
That's then Mr. Baylor from his house to the office, right? So his house to the office, you find the distance from the office.
Keep the range especially in mind, because if you see something like 100 cubic centimeters, by right you can't use period, but by left you can. That means you do it twice. Singing, pipette, what's the range?
Let's find the then they say whose house is a spa? His house is a spa. Mr. Baker drives
25.
drives it.
Okay,
So
the largest common one is about 100. Or at least that's the largest I've seen. Anything bigger, I think it'll be quite difficult to use. Precision? How many decimal points? 1. Okay, yep. That's the syllabus answer. Yeah, but real life is a bit different, but I won't touch on that. But what else? No. There's something important about pipette, or at least based on your syllabus. No doubt I put the range as such, but they are fixed at certain volumes. Okay, good examples will be 5. I mean, there are 1 also. 1 is quite common as well. 1, 5, 10, 20, 50. In other words, you won't find a pipette that tells you 9 cm cube, 13 cm cube. They don't exist. Okay, they are fixed. Oh, Sabrina, when do we use volumetric class? Yep, it's a fixed volume too. Do you know how big you can go to? 100 plus. It's more than that. It can go all the way. The largest I've seen is 5 liters. I believe there are larger ones, but they are very difficult to use. Precision? Yep. This, I mean, based on your syllabus, is similar to a pipette. All right, 1 decimal place. Okay, but in real life, it's different. Okay, measuring cylinder. Oh, I hope you can recognize all this. I hope you can. Which one is which? Yes, you read, huh? Must recognize. It can come out in your exam practical. This one? Yeah, you better say it's a pipette. All right. And of course, the value is given here. 50 ml. Oh, of course, you should know 50 ml is 50 cm cube. So where should you suck the liquid up to? You get 50. The top, right? Then you suck the liquid out, right? Which line? Yes, this line. Okay, let me see. There are some pipettes that have other lines, but this is quite obvious. Okay, this line, the most obvious line. That will give you 50. Okay. This is the usual one. This one is the volume is 25. All right, but of course you can also dispense differential volumes. That means if you want to dispense, let's say 10.5 ml, 10.5 cubic centimeters. So make sure the liquid goes to 0, then you release all the way to 10.5 here. Okay,
This practice.
you may get to use this for a practical. So, oh, that's good. Can remember next year. Good for you. You haven't used it. Oh, okay. Okay. So you know how to control all this, huh? If it's this position, it means what?
You need the.
Yeah, the liquid comes up. This is the open position. So it's quite standard. This one is the fully cleansed, but it can be in between also. And the liquid will just trickle up. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is the standard one, 25 ml. Very few schools have the 50 ml one, which is ready for and unready to use. Serious, huh? It's like, oh, right. Yeah. So you have to stand on the stool to reach it, right? You know, good that you have the 50 because it's part of the syllabus too. Imagine cylinder. What's the range? 100. It's somewhat like a volumetric flask now. It can go up to 5 liters. It's really big. Really big. I think there are bigger ones definitely, but as I said, it's going to be heavy to use. Precision? Yes. It depends. It depends. But in general, not always. It depends on the size. But in general, you can take it as just 1 cm cube. A few cm cube. But it like Xing said, it depends. Now, Sabrina, beaker, can you use it to measure volume of liquid? It is just an estimation, okay? So if you want an accurate measurement, you cannot use a beaker unless you just need a rough volume or estimated volume. Do you get to use a volumetric flask in your lab? You don't think so? Do you know how it looks like? Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see whether I got one.
Speed itself, is very different. So you find it so complicated. You find it depends on.
You know, he was like this week, like the same, and then he asked us to because like, thanks, like, thank you, we all know. It's nice. Yeah. But most of the time, we just give us things. You know, we have a lot. And you guys just we can do
Now tell me, it's a volumetric flask.
Right?
Is this volumetric flask?
It's the same as the.
This is a conical flask. Write down, because in your practical exam, they may use all these names and you better know what they are. Conical flask acts somewhat like a beaker. That means the volume is really estimated. So conical flask. CO. And normally when drawn, it looks like this. This is a conical flask. And it has an estimated volume only. Okay, there are markings there you can see, but they are not accurate, obviously. I'm going to hold. This is the conical flask. Is a volumetric flask, or is there volumetric flask at all? It's a readout. I thought you said you recognize. Oh, you don't know. Okay. This is the volumetric flask. Are you sure your school mentioned this?
So, right, you
Mentioned this name, the front of the. All the show was like something like this, like straight down there, got like that.
Yeah, like that, straight down, straight, and then like that.
really found resistance, right?
Okay, same thing. Look at the volume. This is a fixed volume. Come see whether you can find the line or not. Yeah. So you are supposed to use a dropper until when you're near to the line, you use a dropper until the meniscus reaches the line. Then that will be 25 cm cube. But I think you were going to use this for your practical. I don't think so. I've never heard of it being used. Sorry. Interval. Smaller interval. 1 dp. Are you sure? 0 dp. Yeah. All right. So it's 1 cm cube. Okay. So just be a bit careful. Okay, this one you have to know. This is under separation technique. Yeah. Okay. This is a separate fund. Recognize it. Even though they will not use it for practical, but they may just use it in a theory paper. They show you something like this, better recognize as a separating funnel. So it's quite simple. So this is closed. And then you pour in and make sure. Oh, what does it separate, by the way? Two immiscible liquids. So let's. Oh, you mean you want 3 layers? But it's not easy to get 3 layers. It's possible, but you don't see it in real life that much. It can be done, but usually intentionally. But in real life, you don't see 3 layers. So instead, let's say only 2 layers, oil and water. What is at the top, what's at the bottom? Okay, make sure you answer that. So very simple. Oil at the top, bottom is water. So basically, you just open this up. The water will go out. So once the water it reaches that boundary there, once it reaches the valve, you just close it off. So only oil remains, but it's collected. Okay, so separating funnel. Never see this in the lab. Your school one is bigger. Oh yeah, they're bigger sizes of them. But I can't have big stuff around here. There's not enough space. Okay, but let's get back to the continue with the gases. Gases will certainly come up in your theory. Okay, for gases, there are to me there are 3 parts to take note of. One is measurement. But of course, measurement refers to the volume. We hardly measure the mass of gases. Next will be collection. Lastly, will be the drying. Right, come Sabrina, how do we measure volume of a gas? Okay, for your syllabus, there's only one. So once you see the word measurement, no need to think already. Immediately use a gas range. But I want you to recognize the gas range and also act as a collecting device. So it measures and collects at the same time. Come singing, what are the methods of collection? Yeah. Oh, okay, but yeah, I mean, you got it, but don't be a bit clear about that. So one is by displacement of water. And you need to know how to draw. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it falls on Sabrina to answer all these questions then. Before that, what kind of gases would you use? Insoluble.
It's like not, it's like
Is this what insoluble?
it's like insoluble.
Insoluble. I hope we are talking about this. So basically, it's only for gases insoluble and unreactive with water. Okay. Sabrina, can you remember? What are these gases? Actually, I think I mentioned before, but maybe I've forgotten the trick behind it. But here I give you the answers. Basically, anytime you see O2, N2, H2, CO2, yeah, in general, they can use displacement of water. Now, the second method is what we call displacement of air. Under this, you have to outward and downward delivery. Sabrina, can you remember when to use outward delivery? Yeah. Okay.
Outward is dense.
Yep. Okay, outward will be gases less dense than air. Yeah. You know how to check for density of a gas with respect to air? How do you know? Or you don't? Oh, this one is important. How, Sabrina? How do you know whether a gas is denser than air or not? Okay. Sounds familiar. Molecular mass. Please remember that. So quickly look at this here. Oxygen. What's the molecular mass? O2. Yes, don't get tricked. O2 is 32. So how? Denser or less dense than air? How do you know? What's the density of air? Okay, normally 29 is used. Alright, so MR of air, even though it's a mixture, is taken as 29. And since this is more than 29, it's denser than N. But there's one important thing to recognize. 32 is still very close to 29, so it's only slightly denser. Therefore, typically for O2, we do not use either of this. Okay, because the density is still quite close to air. So therefore, we cannot use any of this. But this one, how about this one? What's the MR? Yes, just 2. Don't forget the H2. So this is very light, no? In fact, it's the lightest gas, by the way. So how do I use upward or downward delivery? Yes. H2 is good. Now, one more CO2, what's the MR? Yep, 44. So it's definitely denser than air. And therefore, I can use this one, downward delivery. Now, I want you to recognize for some gases like CO2, I can use either method, displacement of water or displacement of air, specifically downward delivery. So take note, it's possible to be used under both methods. Oh, lastly, before I forget, how about N2? MR? Yes, 28 is extremely close to that of your air. While you're waiting, try to do the MPQs and true and false. So all divided by small. Yes,
Let's
How about your one?
It was 0. This one, right? Is this one over 5? So in here, this was an extra.
I'm only very.
Zero point two. So what about
Sorry, it's excellent.
So then-
Is solution. Okay, that's control.
So this is in our right? Because this is far, right? So one hour is 6 is 0.83 hours is 0.83 right? So if you have both of them, what do you use?
Small.
I don't think it's like worry about So if you're like, we can add. Yes. So then, but then also the this and so I have like interesting. Yeah, I understand.
But
But if you actually. But, right, I understand.
What is it? What price? Sorry, of the best.
Because we didn't. That was like. So I just think about it because
So this is my reading
yeah,
the
so
picture.
that's that. So much
What do you want to read?
I think I'm sure I'm gonna get Let's right. So let's be your 1.6. When you get it. No, because it's, I think it's something. Then I was.
Yeah, my God. You want to carry something, is it? You just like, it's like, you You are able to you can say we can That's why I don't like to be I want the students to extend it's very something like complicated for students. I see the questions. Like then it's like it's once a day.
Yeah, so I don't know that you'll try it first. I don't know that you'll try it first. They're not gonna try it. Okay. 10 minutes, still get it. I know it's a bit hard, so I will show it before. Okay.
Wait, so it's definitely going on a step like this, then.
Yeah.
She might very get
It comes in when, let's say, for some reason you want to take care of and you give them the partner. Therefore, the transport lesson covered by the deposit. That is not refundable. Of course, in the event we continue to store the basic then just the last call lesson will be It's about my admin view. You just thank you.
It's like one question, like whoever wants to say just. I've done it from every month. You can cost. I was just go, I was like, step
I say it as a public holiday on Friday, then we was because there's no lesson. I think we all, if let's say she's well enough, then it's like everything like. But as it's really, you have to do that, normally it's not and fast use the years in front of you, and then you have to balance the necessary short consultations and online consultation last week.
Also, like, it was if you're doing that pensions, you have it's not just. No, I just like also have time. If you think about it, it's the problem. If you keep on like reminding them of like, oh, we need to go to the game. I just need to use the fact to like holding and actually like I'm not really that because I just bring it up once again and I don't have the fast because like some of them do not have that do things to anything. I like to have time all ideas. What do you mean by what ideas? How far? I just know this if you really have to speak.
I've been trying to make it not to work for that 10 minutes. Thinking of you.
What should I like? What should I say? I know that the explanation because we are all very this way. Not like all the
I'm just wondering if this is usually so.
Is it that on Sunday or what are you doing? Some images. As results, I can tell them I said because my previous friends, I saw that most of the time, most of the time they are more generation. So it's without it is very intriguing to come up with that because I have video or like a comment I have video on the day and so I can give up. So I will change the image again. I will use very and so I don't like the comment. And then still and situation or see that offers and video. Because yeah, maybe better say you probably like the view. I said that.
Oh, any questions?
Yeah, what's what? Is it in very English?
Yes. Yes, it is. I suppose you know how big it is. So it can't store, it can't collect big amounts, right? And you see your glass of course. Yep. Okay. Volume tube is like a test tube, except it's thicker. It's typically thicker than test tube because it's used for heating. I don't have a volume tube. 2 grams of a solid for weighing, right? Xing, do you weigh anything in your practical session? Nothing. You don't weigh anything. How do you weigh it? What measurement instrument do you use? Liquids, no solids. I can see that clearly. So which one? This one. This is still a test tube. Yeah, the volume tube is no, it looks the same except it's thicker. It's thicker. This one is in boiling water, right? You're putting boiling water, but the boiling tube can be used for direct heating. But the volume capacity will be similar to the test tube. It's not very big either. Yes. Yes. But normally they won't give it to you because it's dangerous to hit something else. If you haven't seen it before, it's this one. It's basically inserted into the glass so that you can control. There's some of them have a. Some of them this valve. It's essentially control the insertion of certain chemical into here. So sometimes you even use the valve. Shape doesn't matter, but usually when you use this word, this word on the it looks like this.
So this was
Oh, yes, of course.
actually not do that. So that's like if you're okay, the first question don't be Other stage. I can also so not okay, so not okay, but what's different? Because it's actually I'll do that so and just got to know you will see anyone is my oh yeah, it was true. Okay, sorry. Okay, especially when you go oh, you will see. The second page, your first answer is second question will be sent. You reach down here and what you have in it. So that's right. A lot of things was then you became part of it. This box. Oh my this. Oh and this thing that is established the state is something to do right. So that's why the discussion about being the so that's for guidance. Yeah. So it will fall. Okay, you have the time. There's the speed, right? Yes, speed and time. From this version by okay. So that's the result we found and they say we have to Yes, we should do this next one. So that's kind of the truth of my business. What is it? Yeah. This is what all the time. So it's this. I didn't understand. There was 7 weeks. My name is because you can't ask the one. Possible. We went more.
Yeah, the point is not about something better.
Maybe it's not correct. This is your time. I guess the computer then is not right. It's a bit of how to play the job. Like to play exactly.
I mean, that's basically just like the.
But the job is.
Yeah, they don't need this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also just actually try to see. Like, don't run, the people say like. I think they asked like the white page just and this really don't run. And also the experience, I said, counselors from what in the. I was most of the time.
We set up on the very
Scary or. Yes, I know. I probably see that. I really feel like so like I always put other people. It's encourages story. It's very Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, still. Any other questions?
So is it because like I understand the guest collector at first right is not very different. Like this part like
That's one.
Yeah.
so because I cannot collect it because it is still moist right.
Who is not?
But don't forget, you have your drawing organ here, right? No, it's not this one. It's referring to this part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's here. But how come the initial amount that comes out, you try not to collect it?
Cannot be the
Guys.
It's right already, don't forget. Oh, one important thing because I haven't gone through pick line. You also pick line for first time. Okay, a few things. This the answer to this is yes, and so the first stuff that gets pushed here is N.
it's not the
Yes, it's not the guess one.
Which one yet? Yes, that one you understand.
What you very big steps.
Then it said that you drove an average of your capacity.
Let me go through before we finish what this is.
You drive an average of 50.
But before that, I just remember I haven't answered one particular question. How do you weigh something as solid? You don't cook at home, right? Yeah, electronic balance, right? Then what should you do first? Yes. But then again,
it will be
in real life, yes, good. Then you put the solid in. No need to minus because you already zeroed. This might happen. Okay, so let's say this is a weighing balance, you put it there, then you zero it. So the reading will be zero, right? Whatever you add in, that will be the amount of the solid. Try to remember that because you don't read often. Okay, all right, that's for solids. Sabrina. Because there's one part I haven't touched yet. Remember the last part, dry. How many drying agents you need to know? Yes, good, 3. Come, Sabrina, first one. Good. Wait, sorry.
That means that we want to find how long to go. So we take the distance divided by the
Quick line, last one.
Yes, time.
Good, fused calcium chloride. And I'm using the formula, so try to recognize the formulas. Huh? What's the formula for quicklime? Quicklime is calcium oxide. You have to know the formulas. But don't worry, you got all the rest of 2 years to learn it. Sabrina, when do I use corn sulfuric acid? What kind of gases can it dry? Okay, this is for acidic gases.
No,
But to be fair, it can be used for neutral gases as well. Quick line?
you know that Peter self at NEM, right?
Okay. I think you're right, because I saw wrongly. Do you? Okay, I thought you put corn sulfuric acid. Okay, this one is for alkalines or neutral gases, if you know what are the neutral gases. Lastly, for all gases.
Taking the same route, okay, and they say that it's doing at 70 kilometers per hour. So in order to find how long we go, you just use a formula. That will give you four big hours. Okay? Then that is equals to 4 hours and 48 minutes.
No, just to put everything into perspective. There are many gases you need to know, but I'll give you the basic ones, the most important ones. You have 8 of them. I've already given you 4 of them. O2, N2, H2, CO2. It should be quite easy to remember this 4 because first thing first, they are all odorless. Then I have another group of 4, Cl2, SO2, and ammonia. Oh, sorry, maybe I put ammonia the last. The other one will be HCl and ammonia. Now, it's easy to group them as pungent gases. They smell bad. Pungent is the answer you should use. Try not to use other answers. Okay, what else do you need to know? These 3, and it's good that you group them together because the first 3 are acidic. Here, ammonia, as Sabrina mentioned, is alkaline. So where are the neutral gases? No, CO2, if you can remember, is acidic too. Remember acid rain? All right. It's partly due to CO2, partly. CO2 is acidic. That leaves my last category. These 3 are so-called neutral gases. And in case you haven't deduced by now, quicklime or calcium oxide is only for one gas. Okay, I mean not only one gas, but specifically it's commonly used for ammonia. Because ammonia is alkaline. Oh, by the way, CaO or calcium oxide is alkaline. That's why they can be used together. Just like this. This is obviously an acid. And hopefully you also can deduce there's only one gas that you cannot use for corn sulfuric acid, and that is look at this list of gases. Which gas cannot be used? hydrogen. Corn sulfuric acid is used for acidic and neutral gases, so it cannot be used for alkaline gas. There's only one alkaline gas in your list, right? Yes. So, I mean, it's all extras, but if you can remember all the better, cannot be used for ammonia. In other words, technically, corn sulfuric acid can be used for all the other gases, including the neutral gases. It only cannot be used for ammonia. Can? Okay, but then you're going to ask, why don't I just use fused calcium chloride for everything? That's wrong. Ammonia cannot. Actually, it can. But the thing is, your school is not going to be so kind to you. They will either give you corn sulfuric acid or quicklime, and then you have to make a decision. They won't give you fused calcium chloride. Most of them do. They say that only these two are available. Corn sulfuric acid, calcium oxide. Which one do you want to use? Okay, so before I end, any questions? Oh, one last thing, I just want to emphasize on this. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to emphasize is this. If you have a setup here, you want to collect the gas, always dry first, and not after collecting them. That means the drying is before collection or measurement. Drying is always before. The other thing is, I will look up this right. Number 4. What's the answer? Okay. Why something?
That's the thing is so I think she could be a
Going to the dry agent, but subsequently you cannot just leave this end inside there. How do you know whether the gases will exit through this tube? So this tube has to be above the drying agent. Keep that in mind. This is a common trick question, so don't get it wrong. Yeah, it is sorry. All right. Go back. I don't need you to finish it off. Just finish up where did you finish? Yeah, you can skip this part if you want to, but if you want, you can go ahead and do it. Right. So bring this along next week. I'll just quickly go through it. Right. Any final questions for today? No. Okay. That's it. Okay, bye-bye.
Very I said my last week. You know you can't work. Like I cannot see you. Origins or if you don't feel like my is only to make you get quite Johnny Barbington to what's her name? Yeah. I bring it because the chili I mean so I have to get it it's like a very expensive bills. What is it? Huh? It's so cute. It's like a baby red or something. It's just it looks like that's not space. I need to have most of it. It's still not space. I'm not why are you sleeping here? It is. You're waiting for them to go up. Yeah, it's super. It's like one of them is our go back. Okay, thank you. I'll bring more guests for the next week. Thank you. Everyone's from there.
Yes, hands. Bye bye.
Yeah, they sound better today.
We have to bring more of these for them. It's like, I was like, guys, I bring these for you to focus.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they would distract them.
They'll put the pen here and then they'll be like,
That's cool. That's
okay, distracted them a bit, but it's like, at least they don't make that much noise.
That's good. You are the first one who tried this.
I don't know, because well, that's it. I was like, okay, I have the same thing I'm gonna bring next week. So I'll bring everyone one paper. It's right next time. Very fun.
I mean, but do the boys appreciate this?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm a bit surprised.
It's dressing the author up.
Uh,
And then they're like, okay, more clothes for the thing. So.
I thought by P6 the boys would bother with this. I thought the boys would bother.
It's I go to us. Oh, interesting.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is good. I mean, I have to do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on my things.
Yes, correct. Like the listeners coming along.
This. Uh, I'm just that busy. It's not that I'm not doing. I mean, I am not doing. I'm trying to make some stuff, but I'm still lazy. Yeah.
But now it's your break, right?
Yeah, I know. 5 minutes.
You're still busy.
So lazy.
Not lazy.
Yeah. I need to have something to like motivate me to actually. It's not okay. I mean, I can book something else and then I'm going to this. But I'll book something and then that's my thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you closed the door? It was this was one. Three times. So I. See the mistakes doesn't help with the goals. Really help with the fraction, non-fraction rules. And bracket is very useful. When you get out, try not much, you probably have to now inside the class to avoid saying. I think that's. It's half of this, that's the. Yeah, just try to.
Mother got reply.
Yes, she did. I mean, she just say, well, noted lah.
Okay. So show me give like all sheets.
She didn't mention, I mean, she didn't respond to that one way or another. So it also depends on Min Jin, no? Can he handle it? No? Because if he go home and do by himself, I think he just anyhow, or don't even do.
Yeah. Usually he do by himself, it's really not.
Yeah.
I guess inside him. Then you put that in glass and you cannot do.
Yeah, but true.
Okay.
And then just see what you can do on. But you know that he has some learning issue.
Yeah.